Hi everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a topic that has been highly requested a few times before and I kind of put it off, but I'm actually eventually going to do it, and that is to talk about some annoying questions bald people get. Why are you bald? It is never, ever a good idea to ask a bald person why they are bald. There could be so many reasons as to why someone has lost their hair. Maybe they're ill, maybe they've had cancer, maybe they've got alopecia, maybe they've got other disorders or whatever that has caused them to lose their hair. Like for me personally, if I've only just met you, I might not want to talk about how I had a traumatic childhood which caused me so much stress that I basically lost like the majority of my hair. That's not something that I want to just talk about with a random stranger. It's different online when I do videos because it's on my terms, it's it's like a controlled environment by myself. Just say someone's got cancer and they're going through chemotherapy or something. They might not want to talk about it, but you bring it up by saying, why are you bald? Can I touch it? Oh. Bitch. I hate it when people try to touch my head. My head is really sensitive. That's a very personal area on me, and I don't want random people I've never met before touching my head or going, like, this is what I mean. Like, a lot of people don't even bother to ask. A lot of the time, they just go ahead and touch my head. You wouldn't like it if I came up to you and put my hand through your hair and started, like, rubbing the top of your head and screwing your hair up. Like, why is it any different for you to do it to me just because I don't have any hair? Like, I hate it, and it's so, like, it's just a bit weird as well. Like, this isn't a playground, this isn't a toy, this is my life, and I don't want you to come and put your grubby hands on my head. Well, I don't know what you've done with your hands, how dirty are your fingers? You don't rub it for good luck, it's just not how it works. Now, number 3 is more of a saying that people say to me rather than things they ask me, but whenever it's raining outside, people say to me all the time, oh, it doesn't matter for you because you don't have any hair to get wet. Just because I don't have any hair does not mean I like my bald scalp, my pure bald head getting wet. You have no idea how cold and how horrible it is to have a wet head, especially with cold water. My head gets so cold, it is a horrible feeling, it feels gross, it's not a nice feeling to have a wet head. Now people say the next one to try and sound like they're being funny to make a joke, but it's actually really annoying, and it goes, so when you wash your face, do you have to get all the way up your head or do you shampoo? You're not funny, you're not clever, you're not being like quirky, you're just being a bit of a bitch. Like, don't say things like stop it, like it's not funny, it's never funny, it's never funny. I use face wash on my entire head if you really want to know, because the head, like my skin here is basically the same sensitivity as my face itself, so I need to use head wash up here, because if I use like shampoo or use like normal sort of, you know, body wash or shower gel, it just dries my head out a little bit more, and I don't really want to have a dry head. I do use face wash on my entire head because it cleans the scalp better, at least in my case. Maybe people are different, but making comments like that, it's just not funny. It's one of those things I hear all the time, and you're not the first person to say it to me. It's not like it's like working, it's the same as working in retail. All the customers say weird things to you like, oh, it doesn't scan, it must be free, as if they're the first person who's ever said it to you. Like, no, I hear that stuff all the time. Like, it's not funny, it's not, like, you're not being clever, you're just coming across a bit of a douche. Where does your face end and your scalp start? Trot along, bitch. Next one, where people say, oh, it's alright for you because you've got a good shaped head. Yes, okay, I am very lucky. I do have a rather round head. I do now have a big scar on the top of my head because I was an idiot and cracked my head open playing Pokemon Go. But that's the only fault now on my scalp, my head. However, if I was someone who didn't have like the perfect shaped head or whatever, and someone said that and I overheard that, that would make me feel so insecure. I would be terrified. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I have a weird shaped head. I've got a bump here, whatever. I can't show my head. I have to try and cover it up. Like, don't say that to people because it can leave people with so much anxiety. Every head is beautiful regardless of its shape, its size, whatever. Like, don't feel like just because you have a slightly like different shaped head or whatever, you can't shave your head. You be you and you own who you are and own the dome. Yes, bitch. So next on the list is when people say to me, oh, you should just grow your hair back. What? Now, I get this all the time on YouTube, especially sometimes because I post sort of like throwback pictures of whatever when I had hair on like Instagram and things, and people say to me, oh, you should grow your hair back, you should get this again, blah, 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 blah. I can't grow my hair, like it does not grow. I literally have basically no hair on the top of my head here. Very, very thin. I would look like an idiot if I ever grew my hair back. I get it, it's not normal, whatever, to see someone who's young, who's not even in their 30s yet, you know, like, who could maybe pass for their mid-20s. I know it's not common to see a young person with a shaved head and them doing it because they've lost their hair, but I have lost my hair. Like, it's not something that can ever come back. It's not something that I ever want to come back. There's a real misconception when it comes to being bald that it's only old people who like lose their hair. It's really not true. Like, I was losing my hair when I was 16 years old. 16 years old, and I started to notice my hair was thinning. I'd be washing my hair and there'd be hair all in my hands. There was always loads of hair in the bath all the time, and it scared the crap out of me. It scared me so much. Have you ever thought about getting a transplant surgery or some surgery, things like surgery? You know, just some surgeries, get, you know, like a skin, you know what I'm saying. First of all, there's nothing wrong with being bald for me to need treatment or me to need surgery or for me to need some sort of weird procedure to have hair again, because that makes it sound like I've got something wrong with me and I need a cure. People say to me again a lot of the time, if you had the choice, would you have hair again? No, really wouldn't. It's so much nicer being bald. It's so much easier. I don't have to worry about buying hair products. I don't have to worry about, you know, styling my hair and freaking out and like all that kind of stuff. And to say to me, like, why don't you get a surgery or why don't you do this? It just implies that there's something wrong with being bald, and there is nothing wrong with being bald. So stop saying to me that why don't I get surgery or why don't I look down these options? Because I'm happy like this, and I don't need you to tell me that there's something wrong with it by implying I need surgery. Also, that kind of stuff is really expensive. That isn't cheap, and it doesn't always work. The surgery where people, like, you know, get the hair taken at the back and then implanted at the top of their head here, it actually doesn't always work. A lot of the time, the body rejects the hair that has been put in, and it doesn't grow. So why would I go through all that time and effort for something that doesn't even look that great? A lot of people that get this surgery, who get like the hair transplant here again, a lot of them still have really thin hair on the top and it doesn't actually look that full. And I think I'm a lot more attractive being bald than ever was with hair, so... Okay, so the next one is one that actually really angers me and gets me annoyed, is when people come up to you and again, they think they're being clever, they think they're being funny, and they think it's hilarious. It's when people say to you, do you polish your head? I do not polish my head. Like, you're not funny. You're not fun. Like, it's not funny. I do not polish my head. But a lot of bald guys who have shiny heads is because the head is still producing the oils that your head still does. But you have hair that soaks it up, which is why hair over time looks greasy. If you don't wash your hair, it looks greasy. But for people like me, who have no hair, all the oil just sits on the top of the head because there's nothing there to soak it up, there's nothing there to get rid of it. So bald people generally have to bring like some tissue or something with them, and over like a course of a few hours, dab their head just so it can like de-shine. Me, I wear makeup, so I've got makeup that goes all the way along here. So a lot of the time my head isn't really shiny because I've got mattifying powder all over my head. I do have to powder all the way up here and around here to make my head not shiny, but it is annoying and it's something that I have to deal with and it frustrates me and I hate it so much. So when people say to me, oh, do you shine your head, do you polish your head, oh, do you put shoe polish on your head and all this stuff, like, it's just offensive. Like, it's not funny because it's something that I'm insecure about and I hate having my head shiny. Any of my friends will tell you, I'm always like, is my head shiny? Do I look shiny? Do I look shiny? I'm constantly asking my friends that because I hate it and it's a real thing that actually makes me feel uncomfortable. For you to bring that up, it's just not nice and I don't like it and you're not funny, so just don't. So there are some things that people say to me that are really frustrating, it's really annoying, and it's just like, I know sometimes it's not done out of malice and it's not done because of like bad reasons, but just actually stop yourself and think about what you're doing and what you're saying to someone and actually how that could affect them. And to you might have your hair and you're fabulous, you're like, yes, queen, oh my god, look at my gorgeous locks. But for other people, like, it took me a long time to actually feel very comfortable with me shaving my head. The first time I shaved my head, but with a razor, it felt very freeing, but it was also, I felt so self-conscious for a long time after that and actually trying to get used to it. And for people to make comments and things like that to me made me feel so awful, it made me feel horrible. I remember one of my friends when I was back in school said to me, you've got a high forehead so you can't like have short hair. I kept my hair long for such a long time to the stage where it looked really stupid like this because I was so scared about losing my hair. I grew my hair like this and I looked absolutely stupid. People would say things like that when I was younger and it really affected me, and I would hate for someone else to feel like that. So just have a little bit more consideration when you ask people certain things and when you're doing certain things and saying, oh, you got a good shaped head and all this stuff. Like, it's like you're playing on people's insecurities and it's not very nice. My friends can joke with me about being bald and stuff and it's perfectly fine, but when a stranger says it to me, I'm a bit kind of like, it doesn't offend me now, but it's also a bit kind of like that I think it's a bit rude because you don't know who I am, you don't know how insecure I could be about certain things. I wouldn't ask you personal questions, so don't do it to me, and don't touch my head. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. There is 2 more on the side if you wish to click them and click through to watch some more. Make sure you come and subscribe to me if you are new. Hit the like button because it does really help me out. And a big shout out to Kelly, Stephanie, and Teresa, who are my top 3 Patreons. I love you. Thanks for really being like amazing. I can't talk anymore because I've gone a bit crazy. So links down below if you want to come follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, all that good kind of stuff. It's at Roly and Gasha. And I'll see you very soon. And I love you. And yes, goodbye.